What's up, peeps? It's me. I'm back. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is staying safe, and I hope everybody is being smart. Most importantly, I hope you are going within. I hope you are learning to love yourself, learning to know yourself, and you are taking the steps to be all that you were meant to be. Be all that you really are. Okay? But today I just wanted to come and I just wanted to spend a little time with you guys, and I just wanted to drop a couple of gems that are very, very important for the upcoming year. As you know, we just dropped a video a couple of days ago called "Preparing for the Infinite Power of 2024," and I heard something yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. I heard something that really, really resonated with me, and I thought I would share it because I think it's going to really resonate with some of you guys. So let's get into this. And this is what I heard. What I heard is, and this is it will be personal for some people, but it's really general for all of us, for the collective. But for those of us who have been sowing seeds as far as our business is concerned, or as far as career is concerned, or as far as finances is concerned, financial freedom, generational wealth, those of us who were sent here during this time to make sure that we break this generational curse of poverty, and we help heal our families, ourselves and our families and other people from all of this generational trauma when it comes to money and all of that. We've already talked about how 2023 is that year of perfection. 2023 is this, and we are still in 2023. Is this year of perfection, this year of completion, this year of revelation, this year of revealing some of the things that you need to cut out of your life, revealing some of the things that you need to add to your life. We talked about 2023 being a good year to sow certain seeds and plant certain things, get certain things in the ground. I talked about in that video how if your dream or if what you really want to do is to start a business, how before this year is out, you need to sow the seed for that. If you want to go back to school, you need to sow the seed for that. If it's some healing that you need to do, you need to sow the seed and start the process of healing before the end of this year. So it was a very, very interesting video, and I'll link it down in the description box. But we also talked about how 2024 is going to be such a year because it's the number 8, and 8 is associated with money. Because it's the number 8, and if you flip 8 over on its side, it becomes the infinity symbol. And because the universe is infinite, and there is infinite abundance in the universe, the number 8 is real big about abundance. So 2024 is going to be a big year as far as abundance is concerned, and it's definitely going to be a money year, right? So those of us who are trying to manifest things in our businesses, we're trying to manifest financial freedom, we're trying to manifest financial prosperity, we're trying to finance success in our businesses or in our careers or whatever it is that you're doing. 2024 is going to be big for that. If you've already got your seed sown, you've been sowing seed, you've been watering, you've been fertilizing, you've been cultivating, the whole 9 yards, right? But this is the gem that I got. And the gem was this, that, and maybe not for everybody, but for those who claim it, those who have already called it in, those who have been putting in the work in your business, in your career, whatever, and you've been putting in the work, you've been patiently waiting, you refused, and it may have been years, because for me it's been years for some things, but you just refuse to give up, you just refuse to accept that what you see and what you are experiencing is all that there is to it. And you've been working on being a creator. You've been working with the universe. You've raised your vibrations. You're doing everything that you can to keep your vibrations high and to operate in the frequency of abundance. You've changed your mindset about money, about prosperity, about success, about wealth. You've changed your mindset. You've gone through that whole process of reprogramming your mind. You've just done the work. You've changed your speech. You've changed your language. You've changed how you talk about money. You've changed how you think about money. You've changed how you feel about money and finances and success. And your actions are aligned with that. So you got all four of those elements, because we talk about all four of those elements being in line with each other. In order for the universe to, in order for that vibration to go out and the universe to send it back to you, we've talked about how your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions have to be in alignment with each other. They have to be in agreement with each other. And for those of you who have done the work, and you know, you've gone past just believing. Now you've gone way past hoping and praying. And you know, within yourself, you know that it's your time. It's your season. You feel the shift in the energy. You're paying attention to the signs and the synchronicities and all the different things that are lining up and all the different things that are popping up in your life all of a sudden. And the different things that are dropping away from your life all of a sudden. You're paying attention to that. And you know that these signs are confirmation that, yeah, it's your time. It's your season. Things are about to pop off for you. You are about to get this major glow up. Well, the gem that was dropped to me yesterday is this major glow up is going to be a whole lot more than any of us were anticipating. It's going to be a whole lot more than we thought it was going to be. It's going to be a whole lot bigger than we imagined that it was going to be. And because we're going to be operating in levels of wealth, and we're going to be operating in levels of prosperity and abundance and success, and we're going to be operating in an arena with money that we've never dealt with before. We're going to be operating in amounts of money that we've never dealt with before. Whether this be in your business, whether this be in your career, whether this be this promotion that you wanted on this job, or whatever the case may be, we're going to be operating at levels that we've never, ever operated at before. Never. So where we thought it was going to be hundreds, for those of us that were thinking along the lines of hundreds, maybe 5, 6, 700,000 or whatever, where we thought it was hundreds, it's going to be thousands. And where we thought it was thousands, it's going to be millions. And even for some of us, where we thought it was millions, it's going to be billions. So we're going to find ourselves functioning, we're going to find ourselves functioning, and I'm talking about real. This stuff is about to materialize in this realm where you can touch it and feel it and taste it and smell it. And it's going to be so much more than we thought, so much more than we imagined, so much more than we even asked for. And because it's going to be on a level where we've never been, on a level that we've never operated in before, we're going to be a little overwhelmed. We're going to be, some of us are going to be overwhelmed. Some of us are going to be a little shaky. You know, it's going to be a little unstable there for a minute. Because you're operating in a realm that you've never operated in before. You're dealing with amounts of money that you've never had to handle, that you've never had to figure out, okay, what do I do with all of this money? And it's going to be moving so fast and coming in so fast, back to back to back to back to back, boom, 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 until you're going to be like, whoa, wait a minute, hold up. So this is the gem, because I'm not going to stay here long. This is the gem. For those of us who are going to find ourselves in that position right now, before the end of 2023, we need to be, and I say we because this word is for me as well. We need to be learning as much as we can about how to handle money. And I'm not talking about handling little small sums of money at a time. I'm talking about handling huge amounts of money. huge amounts of wealth and what to do with wealth. How we need to be learning how to invest. We need to be paying attention to our spirit guides and the spirit realm and our higher selves for guidance. But we also need to find a way to connect with other people, other human beings right here on this earth that have this amount of wealth. You understand what I'm saying? And they know how to operate. They know how to function. They know how to deal with massive amounts of money coming in, just pouring in, just streaming in, because that's what it's going to be doing. It's just going to be flowing. It's just going to be flowing. Boom, 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 boom. Every time you look around, here comes another huge amount of money. That's the way this thing is going to work in 2024. And if you have no clue how to operate on that level, if you have no clue how to handle those amounts of money, if you have no clue what to do with that type of wealth, then you could possibly lose it as fast as you gain it. And that's not what you want. You don't want to find yourself in the position of receiving everything that you wanted, everything that you asked for, everything that you've been trying to create, everything that you've been manifesting for yourself. You don't want to find yourself in the position where, boom, right, all of a sudden you're right smack dab in the middle of it, and you can actually reach out and touch this money. You can actually reach out and touch this financial freedom. You can actually reach out and touch this promotion on this job, or this new career move, or whatever, and because you found yourself in the midst of it, boom, just like that, and it was so much more than you ever thought it was going to be, you're overwhelmed. You don't want to make mistakes. You don't want to go in the wrong direction because you don't know how to handle it, because you've never been in this place before. Now you're challenged, you're overwhelmed, you don't know what to do. You understand what I'm saying? And you're all discombobulated and all of that. You need to pay attention to the spiritual forces, those unseen forces that are there to lead you and guide you and help you along the process. But you also need some just rock solid human beings that know how to handle this level of wealth, that know how to handle these amounts of money. So whether it's somebody that you know personally, you know, because some of you may know people personally who deal with high levels of money, who deal with a lot of wealth, who deal with massive amounts of money. So whether it be somebody personally, whether it be somebody that you listen to, or somebody that you follow on YouTube or social media or whatever, you need to get in contact with, you need to get in connection with somebody who's handling these massive amounts of money, somebody who's handling wealth. Because you have to understand, wealth, being wealthy is different from being rich. Yes, rich can be a lot of money. Wealth takes money to a whole nother level. Because when you're dealing with wealth, you're not just talking about money. You're talking about money. You're talking about assets. You might be talking about land. You might be talking about businesses. All of that when you're talking about wealth. So, and what I heard yesterday, and what I already know from the signs and the confirmations that I've received personally, we're going past rich. For some of us, we're going past rich and we're going into wealth. And it's not going to be this long dragged out process. This is some stuff that's going to start happening back to back to back to back to back. And if you don't know how to handle it, if you don't know who you can turn to get the advice you need, you understand what I'm saying? To get some guidance. And you find yourself out there all alone with these massive amounts of money, dealing with the type of money that you've never in your life had to deal with, and that you never imagined you would have to deal with, then you stand the chance of putting yourself in a situation where you might lose it. People can come to you and all of a sudden you find yourself being scammed and being cheated. You understand what I'm saying? You find yourself investing in stuff without having the right guidance and without getting the right doing the right research or having the right information or whatever. So you just need to put yourself in an environment. Put yourself in an environment and start connecting with. And this doesn't have to be on a personal level, but just start connecting with people that are sharing information about money, about investments. You know, if there are charities or if there are things that other people around you are doing that interest you, then you need to research and make sure that that would be a good investment. But you really need to put yourself in an environment around other wealthy people. Around other people that are talking about wealth, that are talking about managing huge sums of money. You need to put yourself in an environment where you are connected to those types of people. And don't just connect yourself with anybody. You know, do the research. Find out whether or not this person has a reputable reputation. Find out whether or not this person is making good investments. There are all kind of reports and all kind of stuff that people have to file. All kind of UCC filings and UFC. Whatever. All kind of filings and stuff and reports and all that these people have to do quarterly and annually, and those are available to the public that you can go look and see whether or not this person is managing their money correctly and managing their investments correctly. There are all kind of YouTube videos where people are talking about how to invest and where to invest. And, you know, you have to determine whether or not you want to do short-term investments or whether you do want to do long-term investment. Short-term investments are those investments, they're very risky, but they're the investments that you make where you're holding on to this investment, this stock, this option, whatever, for just a small amount of time because you want to see a return quickly. Then there are long-term investments where and they're less risky because this is something that you're going to hold on to for the next 10, 15, 20 years, and you're not expecting any real big return right off the bat. This is an investment that you want to grow. So it's all of these types of things that we need to be learning about money, and we need to be connected with people that are talking about stuff like this. Folks that are talking about cryptocurrency, folks that are talking about the banking situation and what's going on with the banking situation and all this new digital currency and all of that everybody's trying to come out with. And you need to be connected some type of way to people who are going in deep, talking about wealth and talking about managing money. So that when you have questions, when you're a little concerned about something, so that you don't become just so overwhelmed that you fall for anything. Or that you just start spending. Because you don't want to lose. It's not enough to get it. You need to get it and know how to keep it. And know how, not only know how to keep it, but know how to get it, know how to keep it, and know how to multiply it. Because like I said, you're going to be dealing with levels of money that you've never had to deal with before, that you don't know anything about. So, and I'm just going to tell y'all this. This is what's going on with me personally. Now, some of y'all know who I'm talking about when I mention Dr. Boyce Watkins. Some of y'all like him, some of you don't. Some of you trust him, some of you don't. Some of you think he full of you know what, and some of you don't. But he has this black business school, and he talks a lot about black wealth and growing black generational wealth and all of this kind of stuff. Well, I used to listen to Boyce quite a bit. And there was a time when I took a couple of his courses in his Black Business School, right? And over the course of maybe the last year and a half, you know, especially since I stepped away from Twitter, because it was just too much going on with Twitter. When I stepped away from Twitter, I haven't listened to Boyce much. I haven't seen many of his videos. And I stopped receiving a while back, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I stopped receiving any emails from the business school, the Black Business School. Well, y'all get this. About 2 weeks ago, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, after, like I said, about 2 years, maybe a little bit longer, he pops up in my emails. And he pops up talking about black wealth. And he pops up talking about stocks and talking about the stocks that he was purchasing and this type of thing. And I take that as a sign that I need to be prepared. You understand what I'm saying? And maybe Boyce is one of the people that I need to be listening to, and that I need to put myself in that environment where somebody's talking about money, talking about finances, talking about investments, talking about black wealth. You understand what I'm saying? And then I also listen to Billy Carson. And Billy Carson is now linked up with this guy that runs the ARC. And this is all about cryptocurrency and all of that. And I've been to quite a few of their webinars and their workshops and all of that. And they're talking about investing. They're talking about investing in cryptocurrency. They're talking about becoming your own bank and stuff like that. So these are the type of environments that I think we all need to be a part of. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you got to give these people your money. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to invest with them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to be in the environment with people that are talking about moving large sums of money and managing large sums of money. There's even this YouTube channel called Earn Your Leisure. And on Earn Your Leisure, and I'll link some of this stuff in the description box just to give you a kind of feel of what I'm talking about. But the channel is called Earn Your Leisure. 19 Keys has been on this channel quite a bit. Billy Carson has been on this channel quite a bit. And what they talk about is in Earn Your Leisure, they talk about money. They talk about finances. They talk about stocks. They talk about investment. And these are 3 young black men. Now they talk about some other things, and they have guests on there, and most of their guests are black people that have that financially have made it. Let's put it that way. That deal with large, huge sums of money. So this is just some of the stuff that we need to be getting ourselves involved in, and we need to be connecting with in these last few weeks of December, while we're doing all of this spiritual hygiene, and we're doing all of this energetic hygiene, and we're cleaning out our energy fields and our energy zones, and we're getting our chakras in line. You understand? And we're doing everything that we can to maintain our high vibrational state and all of that. We also need to be making these connections. And when I say making connections, I don't mean that you have to necessarily reach out to these people. I don't mean that you necessarily have to try to get to know these people personally. But these people are sending out, and they're giving out very valuable information. Some of it will resonate with you, some of it won't. But this is the type of information that we need to be connecting with. We need to be connecting with information that's teaching us how to handle large sums of money. Teaching us how to handle wealth. So that we won't be so overwhelmed. So that we'll know that we have options. You need to know that you have options. That there are different people that you can go to listen to. And then when you listen to somebody, then you listen to your higher self. You listen to your spirit. And if that person agrees with your spirit, if your spirit agrees with that person, if what that person is saying resonates with you, and something in you clicks, or something in you clicks with that person, then that's who you need to be listening to. And it may be more than one person. You may click with several different people. But you need to put yourself in an environment where this kind of information is coming forward, so that your mind, you understand what I'm saying, is at least in that is at least in that arena. That arena of, okay, what do we do with this money when this money starts pouring in? You understand what I'm saying? What kind of investments do I want to make? You know, and you have to think about the things that you want to invest in. You have to think about the things that interest you. But we definitely need to find ourselves in a big money environment. And we need to be connecting with these folks that are teaching us, showing us how to handle huge sums of money. And like I said, if there's somebody in your life personally that you know, or if there's somebody that somebody else knows that you know, that you know, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you feel good about, somebody that you connect with in your personal life, that you know that can help mentor you and help guide you as far as managing huge sums of money, then connect with that person. So that's all I wanted to bring. I just wanted to bring y'all a little bit of information, drop these gems, let you know that some huge stuff is coming in 2024, and we need to be prepared for it. We need to mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically be prepared for what's coming. And because many of us will be dealing with money in an area that we've never had to deal with it before, we need to be connected, and we need to have ourselves in an environment where that's what people are talking about. People are talking about how you manage money. People are talking about how you manage huge sums of money. You need to put yourself in that environment. And you need to do it now. Before the money comes, you need to already be in that environment. You need to already be taking in some of this information and preparing yourself for what's coming. Because it's coming. You just don't want to be unprepared for it. Because if you're unprepared for it, then it's going to be even more overwhelming. It's going to be even more unsettling and challenging because you're not prepared for it. And when you're not prepared for something, then that's when you can kind of start making mistakes and start making the wrong move and start moving in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? And start feeling pressured. You understand it, to make this decision or that decision or do this or do that. But if it comes and you're prepared for it, then that makes it a lot less challenging. That makes it a lot less overwhelming. And a lot of us may think, oh, I know what I'll do if I get $3 or $4 million. I know what I'll do if I get $100 million. I know what I'll do if I get $500,000. And then when you might think that, but then when you're actually holding and looking at that amount of money, and it has materialized right here in your human existence, it might be a totally different story. Now you stuck. You don't know what to do because you've never been in this position before. So that's the reason why I urge you to get in an environment where people are sharing this information about how to handle these huge sums of money. How to invest. What kind of banking you want to invest in? Do you want to put your money in a bank? Or is there some other kind of way? Do you want to invest in gold and silver and all that? Do you want to invest in buying land and all that? See, that's the kind of information that you need to be surrounding yourself with. People that are asking and answering those types of questions. And like I said, I'll have just a little bit of information linked down in the description box. You understand what I'm saying? And you can go and you can check this person out, check that person out. Like I said, if you got somebody personally in your life that you know that can help lead you and guide you and mentor you as far as money and money management is concerned, then that's great. But if you don't, there are resources out here. Start reading the Wall Street Journal. Start reading Forbes. And some of these online magazines and newspapers and all of that talk about money. That talk about money management. Just as long as you are getting yourself in that arena, you are getting yourself in that environment where people are talking about money. And talking about how to handle money. Large sums of money. So that's what I wanted to bring you guys today. Like I said, I'll have some links down in the description box. I'm not telling anybody who they need to listen to or what they need to do or whatever. I'm just putting this information out here so that we can all be prepared for some of this huge stuff that's going to come, and some of it is going to come even at the end of 2023. Some of it is going to start materializing before we actually step into 2024. And we need to be prepared. We need to be ready. So I'm not telling anybody, like I said, I'm not telling anybody who you should listen to or who you should pay attention to. None of that. I'm just saying, put yourself in that environment. Put yourself in that environment with people that are moving money and people that are talking about managing huge sums of money. People that are talking about financial security, financial stability, financial freedom, wealth. Generational wealth. Put yourself in that environment. Connect with that type of information and start receiving that type of information. Start processing that type of information so that you'll be ready, so that you won't be caught off guard. All right, so that's all. Y'all take care. Love yourselves. Love each other. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Get yourselves in this environment where they're talking about money. And I'll talk to you guys later.